Yeah, that's right, baby. We are back, and you're listening to the Original Sports Show, and I'm your host, Leopold Jeans, the Big OG, broadcasting live here on CRN Digital Talk Radio, baby, out here in sunny Sunland, California. And the number to call in today is 1-800-336-2225. Once again, that's 1-800-336-2225. I like that. Bump that, bump that. That's right, baby. We talk that sports life and love, and we spit that sports fire here on the Original Sports Show. Only on the Original Sports Show, on the only Original Sports Show in the whole entire world. In case you were wondering where we came from, this is that boy coming out of that city of Torrance, over there off of Torrance and Western, right under the wing of the Shanghai lady, baby. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I love that. Bump that, bump that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. All right, baby, we're having a ball. My engineer Matt keeping the show hot, ripping it, and we're doing our thing. We do what we do best, and we're gonna get into some sports talk. There's so much going on. So much going on. We got to go ahead and get to cracking up in here. We got to get it going up in here. And one of the things I want to tap into is the OG rankings. And for those that don't know, the OG rankings, the original rankings, are the Original Sports Show's rankings. We do the top 5 and top 10 college football teams in the country. And the reason we call it the OG rankings is because there's no messing around. There's no bumping the number 1 team to number 2 because of who they play. It's all about how you perform. It's about how you perform as a team. And you can maintain that number 1 spot every week if you just show up. And we had some great games last week, some awesome football games, you know. USC demolished Hawaii 59-10. And Nebraska had a great outing last week. Alabama had a great outing last week. You know, Alabama put it on Michigan. And I'll go on the line there and say I did take Michigan. The reason I took Michigan was because of Denard Robinson, that quarterback. You can't keep this guy down. He had a bad game. I thought in the season opener, the guy would come out and light it up and expose some weaknesses on that Alabama defense, which we found out they don't have. They don't have any weaknesses. You know, looking at the Alabama Crimson Tide, when they were taking on Michigan, one thing stood out clear as day when watching this football team on the gridiron. They have one of the best cores of linebackers in the country. These guys play lights out. They're sideline to sideline, making tackles, making big plays, all on the gridiron. And that's the major reason they knocked off Michigan and just destroyed them and just demolished them. Not to mention that new running back they got down there. You know, Alabama's going to be a contender all year. The only shameful, sad part about it all is that in the end, someone's going to get picked. You know, they won't be able to settle it on the gridiron. And that's what we're here for, to fight for fairness and equality in college football. Let them play. Let it be a playoff. It shouldn't be that difficult. And it's not that difficult. And that's why the BCS has imposed a 4-game playoff system that won't be enough. It's a start. It's a start for college football, but it's not enough. You let these guys play. Keep the bowl games, call the games whatever you want, but let these guys play. And we're going to go ahead and get into some OG rankings here. We're going to start it off, and then we're going to go ahead and continue if we don't finish it in this segment. But I kind of want to bump some music over this. Can we get a song to bump here over the OG rankings? You know, the OG rankings is something that I've done for years. We started off podcasting on the Original Sports Show, and I love to tell the story about how I started the OG rankings. You know, I was with my ex-girlfriend of 8 years, and we were in our apartment, and I was sitting in the closet recording, and she opens the door and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing the OG rankings." And she's like, "Okay," and went on about her business, and I kept going on about my business, and you know, here I am, single today, loving life. But we're going to go ahead and get to the OG rankings, baby. Let's do it. We're going to go ahead and break down the top 5. Can I get a beat there? Can I get a beat? Ha 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 ha. On the OG Sports Show. Yeah, I like that. You can turn that up a little bit. Yeah, Yeah, we want to be able to hear the beat here while we break down the OG rankings. Hold it down, the number 5 spot on the OG rankings. Oklahoma, baby, 1-0. The Sooners got off to a lackluster start and had a lackluster win, 24-7 win over UTEP last week. But quarterback Landry Jones, who is a beast and a top 5 draft pick, launched off 222 yards at passing and 2 touchdowns as well. The outing was unimpressive. for the Sooners. You know, people expected more. They expected him to put up tons and tons of points against this UTEP team. But this is the beauty of college football. You got to play because you're going to have other teams and other people that want to come after you and want to go hard, and they're going to play, and they're going to do that. And also, you know, can we do that instrumental with no vocals? Can we switch that? Let's switch it up. We want to do that so you know, just so they can hear the big OG spitting that sports fire, baby. Yeah, let's do that. Let's switch it up. We'll pick another instrumental. You know, we record live. Our show is live, so we keep it hot, we keep it fresh, and we do what we do best. Yeah, I like that. Turn that up. There we go. That's the one we want to have right there. Back to Oklahoma. An unimpressive outing for the Sooners, and they have another cupcake this week in Florida A&M. Turn it up a little bit, baby. And Oklahoma will always get acknowledgement for the BCS simply because of who they are. You know, Oklahoma, you know, they're there. They're one of the big-time programs. They put them out. They put them to the NFL, and they're always going to be a contender as long as they have a winning record. You know, Oklahoma will have to step their game up because rivalries matter. And one thing about rivalries is the Sooners can win all year long until they face Oklahoma State on November 24th, who's waiting in the wings. And this showdown is going to matter. And I'm going to say that now. You know, Oklahoma's going to win. And it's going to come down to how they perform against Oklahoma State because that's a rivalry and it matters. Holding down the number 4 spot on the OG rankings, Oregon. Yeah, that's right, baby. Oregon, woo-wee, put up a mighty showcase as they dismantled Arkansas State 57-34 last week. Oregon has so many weapons on offense. It was like they were launching an arsenal. I mean, they were just launching strikes left and right. DeAnthony Thomas out of Crenshaw High School, that running back, lighting it up. That kid that I covered as a prep over there at Crenshaw High School is showing why he was the number 1 recruit coming out of high school football, going into college football a year ago. You know, Oregon still has their issues on defense. Very porous, wide open on defense. The Ducks need that extra potency on offense to get over that hump. They're geared up to battle Fresno State this week today. Oregon is rolling. Don't sleep on Oregon. They have an awesome football team, and they will make a legitimate run for the national title. Playmakers are everywhere on this offense and in the secondary. And Chip Kelly, head coach Chip Kelly, will have his men ready to ball. And I just want to say that about Oregon. Look out for Oregon. Holding down the number 3 spot in the OG rankings is none other than the LSU Tigers, baby. And I dropped them down 1 notch simply because Alabama played so great. And, you know, we're going to get back into the LSU and the top 3 in the OG rankings when we come back. Just make sure you go to ogsportshow.com right now and become a member, become an OG, register, become OG, and go to Twitter and follow us on OG Sports, at OG Sports, because we got a lot of great sports information for you. We talk that sports, we talk that life, and we talk that love. That's right, baby. We do talk love because it's the original sports show. You can't have a show without love, baby, because the world needs more love. And I got plenty of love to give. And we're going to talk about love. And we're going to talk about the BCS giving up much love to the teams that don't deserve it when we come back on the original sports show. That's right, baby. We will be back. Holla.
Listen.